I'm Corrine Rogers. I'm the Chief Operating Officer and Financial Officer for the Everglades Foundation. This year is the Everglades Foundation's 30th year in working to restore and protect America's Everglades. Our foundation has three important missions: education, policy, and advocacy. And we work across all these areas to advocate for the Everglades to be restored, for our government to plan and fund projects that are important to improving the health of the Everglades and providing fresh water to much of South Florida. The Everglades Foundation is a small organization. We have under 50 employees, and we've always historically outsourced our IT services. But what we found was we needed a better strategy around protecting our data, supporting our users, better response times, and better visioning on how to plan for all the data that our scientists and educators create here at the foundation. And so when we met EasyIT, we found a partner that had more of a strategy and vision to help us take our organization forward, to implement more modern tools, modern equipment, and to empower all our staff members with new tools in the Microsoft suite that really were new to many of us. And EasyIT's been there every step of the way with the planning, implementation, and training. It was references. We hired EasyIT based on reputation and references. We were used to not having IT services on site, so the physical location of EasyIT was really less relevant to our decision making. We were looking for a team that brought a lot of energy and creativity to assist us, and we found that in EasyIT. EasyIT performed an assessment with us of our current operating environment and of our equipment. So in reviewing our servers, all the laptop computers, where we were storing things, and the tools we were using for Gmail and for data, they implemented and presented a complete plan that we could implement for, better best business practices. So in our day-to-day workings with EasyIT, now that we've selected them as our vendor, it's been really easy to access help when you need it. So we can contact them through an email address, and there's also a phone number we can call that's dedicated to our employees. And as Chief Operating Officer, I can see stats about how often those are used, and also stats about what our users are using day to day. So how many people are in SharePoint, how many folks are in OneDrive and using Outlook on a day-to-day basis. So there's been a lot of reporting back to me, but also ease of access for our staff to reach out when they need assistance. Well, I'd say when we began working with EasyIT, there was a short-term plan and then a longer-range plan. And the short-term plan we have fully executed in terms of all new equipment, transitioning all our data, and getting people really working in an entirely new operating environment with EasyIT as our service provider. The medium or longer term plan has to do with some of our proprietary data with regards to digital production that we've done, research data that we have. And so we are still meeting weekly with representatives from EasyIT to talk about how to get everything in the cloud, who should have access, talking about security around those data sets. And, it's a collaborative process, but we rely on EasyIT to provide us their expertise to help us modernize how we're doing business. The Everglades Foundation is unique in terms of how we use data. There are things that are exclusively for internal use, and then there's a bunch of things that we really share with many external partners. So we've been working with EasyIT on tools that we can use to protect things that need to be protected, and also create tools where we can find means to share data and information with outside groups. So security and access is, of course, important, and then deciding which data sets belong in which grouping, the internal secure infrastructure setup, or the more external we're doing to promote an educational message, policy message, sharing data sets with researchers. We found that we're trying to balance our ability to do both, but in a safe and secure way. The staff at EasyIT are really some incredibly open, easy to deal with individuals. I mean, they are responsive. They make sure that if they followed up on an item with you a day later, they check to be sure it's resolved. It's just always a friendly voice on the other line, on the other side of the phone. I think in general, we've just had great response from our staff in terms of the customer service and the quality of people that they're dealing with at EasyIT, because some of your most frustrated moments can be when your computer's not working or you're having issues accessing a file. And we found that we really can get a very quick response from a friendly and helpful person, which is saying a lot.